What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day once more. It's very hot today, though. I hope you're doing great. I salute you from wherever you are. South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Nigeria. I salute you from the UK, United States of America, the Caribbean, all over the place. Fiji, I see you. New Zealand, I see you. Serbia, I see you. Thank you very much, Brazil. Thank you so much, Namibia, Zambia. All of you guys, thank you so much for being part of this. I appreciate you. Is this your first time? Please click on the button, join us, subscribe so we can make our voice bigger. And before we start, let's all do this. Okay? Is it done? Thank you so much. So we are talking today. We are bringing an update on Niger. We've spoken about Niger very much. We need to give you an update. Okay? So literally, I'm going to give you points of what's happening in Niger right now so you can understand. Okay? The military junta that seized power in Niger in a coup last month has said it to prosecute the ousted president Mohamed Bazoum for high treason over his exchange with foreign heads of state and international organizations. So basically, they are accusing Mohamed Bazoum of saying a little too much during his discussion with other presidents from different countries and international organizations. Obviously, when you are arrested, in those conditions, I think most of the time you're not going to say good things, okay? I can understand that. But the junta says, according to them, that Mohamed Bazoum is getting a good treatment for an ousted president. The military junta has decided to prosecute Mohamed Bazoum for high treason. That's a very big one, very dangerous one. So they say the coup leaders who've imprisoned Bazoum and dissolved the elected government during a condemnation from global power and West Africa regional ECOWAS, which decided last week to assemble a standby military force that could intervene if diplomacy fails. So they are prosecuting Mohamed Bazoum in a way of showing ECOWAS that they are not scared. Okay, we are not scared of you. You say you're going to come here. Actually, we're not afraid of you. We are prosecuting this president for high treason because he shouldn't have made those phone calls and discuss about what he said and misinformed the world. My question is this. I don't know how many ousted presidents have the right to use telephones and call other president. So in some extent, can we say that he's at least authorized to communicate, to talk internationally for an ousted president? We don't know. ECOWAS condemned the move and called it provocation. They say this contradicts the reported willingness of the military authority in Niger to restore constitutional order through peaceful means. This contradicts what you said because ECOWAS felt like the new power in Niger wanted to talk, wanted to finish the situation peacefully. So that would, prevent them from sending military in Niger to go and have a bloodbath. But they say this move of prosecuting Mohamed Bazoum contradicts what they say. Are they really peaceful if they're looking to prosecute Mohamed Bazoum? So they say it is a provocation. They're provoking ECOWAS. Residents of Niamey, many of whom were deeply disillusioned with Bazoum's government and are supporting the coup leaders. They say they back the prosecution of the disposed president. So they say here that many residents of Niamey are actually backing the prosecution of Mohamed Bazoum. So if the people actually want you to be prosecuted as a president, what can we say? They say this comes as no surprise, given that you've heard various declarations and appeals he made to the international community, not only to impose sanctions, but also to intervene militarily in Niger territory, alias Boubacar of civil society said. So they're not surprised because of all the things Bazoum has said. Mohamed Bazoum, who's the disposed president, has asked the international community to impose sanctions on his country because he's been ousted. And also to add on military intervention. So that means bloodbath to the people. I don't know if that's really worth it as a president. The prosecution of Bazoum will likely force ECOWAS to soften its stance against the junta and focus on establishing a transitional deal to allow for return of democratic governance, this man said. So they say this position of the junta, the prosecution of the ex-president, will force ECOWAS to soften its position, to not be aggressive. I mean, if I say I'm going to come beat you, I'm going to come beat you, I'm going to come beat you because you've violated something, then you say, you know what, I'm going to violate some more. What does that mean? It's defiance, right? It means you can come. We're waiting for you. And these people feel like by prosecuting Bazoum, it's sending a strong message to ECOWAS, saying, you know what, we're not afraid of you. You can do whatever you want to do. We're going to do what we want to do. So if you expect us to get back to democratic models, then you rather play nice with us. The African Union and the European Union and the United States of America and the United Nations have all said they are worried about the condition in which Mohamed Bazoum is being kept. Cannot say clearly in what condition he's being kept because some people say he was being kept in the basement of his palace. Okay, I can imagine the basement of a palace is probably not filled with rats. Okay, not to say that it's a good place to keep a human being and his family, but it is certainly, I believe, better than a prison or a jail. Even though I don't believe he deserves to be kept, or anybody should be kept in the basement. So the European Union, the United States of America, and international opinion think they should treat Bazoum accordingly, appropriately. And I firmly believe everybody deserves to be treated appropriately. Doesn't matter what they've done, they should be facing justice, and justice should be calling the decisions that are necessary, that are in the book appropriately on whatever they have done. Mohamed Bazoum political party has said his family has no access to running water, fresh food or doctors. The junta say on Sunday that Bazoum last saw a doctor on August 12 and that there were no concern about his health. Obviously, Mohamed Bazoum's political party don't like the way he's being kept. They say he has no running water, he has no food, he has no, fresh things, and no access to the doctor. And I believe if he doesn't have access to those things, that's not fair. He shouldn't be treated that way. Nobody deserves to be treated in such a horrific way, despite of whatever they've done. I firmly believe that it doesn't matter what you do in life, you need to face justice, and justice needs to call the calls that are necessary in your situation. Bazoum's daughter, who is abroad, told Britain's Guardian last week that the junta was keeping him in deplorable condition to try to pressure him to sign a resignation letter. That's doable, isn't it? I can understand. I mean, you may have a group of people that are well-intentioned, and among those group of people, there could be 2 or 3 people that are not naturally good intentions and trying to do nasty things. And I don't think that's a good thing to do. But I also believe that if a president feels like the fate of the country is within his hand, sometimes it's a good thing to make the right choice. If the right choice is to sign the resignation letter, then why not? Why wouldn't Mohamed Bazoum sign the resignation letter? He wouldn't sign it if he's got an insurance via telephone coming from foreign nations saying to him, don't sign the resignation letter, stay president, we're going to come and attack. Because if you come and attack, legally you still the president of the republic. If you resign, you need to go through elections. So don't sign. I don't know if him by himself would have the courage to say, I'm not signing, if you have guns pointing at your head, living in very bad conditions. I don't think so. Unless you spoke to somebody, Victoria Nuland or some of the Blinken or some of those people, told you know what, do not sign that paper. Stay strong. We are coming. That's just a possibility. US, French, German, and Italian troops are stationed in Niger. Why? Why are US, French, German, and Italian troops living in Niger? I don't know, my brothers. Why do you do that? Tell me what European country has stationed within its land African military or African soldiers. I don't understand that. I don't get it. They are stationed in a region where local affiliates of Al-Qaeda and Islamics have killed thousands and displaced millions. So in other words, they want to tell us that the US, French, German, and Italian troops are in Niger for a justifiable reason. They are fighting Al-Qaeda and whatever you call these Islamic groups of people. Africans cannot hold guns and fight for themselves and free their own countries. Do they need Germans and Americans and Italians to come and fight for? I don't get it. I don't understand. Meanwhile, Russian influence has grown as insecurity increases. Democracy erodes and the leaders seek new partners to restore order. Western powers fear Russian clout could increase if the junta in Niger follow Mali and Burkina Faso, which eject the troops of the former colonial power France after coup. So Western power are just afraid that Russia will take over. I don't think it's necessarily about Niger, in spite of the riches that Niger have, so much uranium, gold, and many other things. I think they're more afraid that Russians will come and occupy the land. There will be trustee or, trustful partners to Niger. They don't want that. They don't want to lose their ground. Because if Russia comes and you have Russia in Niger, you have Russia in Burkina Faso, Russia in Mali, what's next? They're losing influence. You need to keep them stupid, just give them some food, a little bit of beer if they drink beers. Anyway, I don't think in Niger people drink much beers. There are a lot of Muslim people over there. So just give them some food, some distraction, they're going to be okay. You don't want the Russians to come there. You don't want that. So they're going to do anything they can to keep their power on Niger. So as we can see very quickly, the junta will prosecute the ex-president for high treason. Apparently, he said a lot of lies, calling Western powers to come and attack, to take life, asking Western powers to impose sanctions in the country. That's high treason, according to them. ECOWAS has condemned the move, call it a provocation. They shouldn't have done that. They're pretending to be nice. In fact, they're not nice. If they're going to go prosecute the president, this shows that whatever they're saying peacefully is a lie. Niamey residents are very happy with the condemnation, with the prosecution of Bazoum, according to this piece. They were apparently not very happy with the job that he did. The prosecution of Bazoum will likely force ECOWAS to soften its stance. So in a way, it's be careful. We're not afraid of you. Don't come. The African Union, the European Union, the United States, and the United Nations have all condemned the condition in which Bazoum is being kept. They don't like it. Bazoum political party and his family say he had no access to water, fresh food, or doctors. If this is true, this is not correct. US, French, German, and Italian troops are stationed in Niger. What the hell are they doing there? Meanwhile, Russian influence has grown drastically into the region, and Western powers don't want that. Thank you so much for standing by. I appreciate you guys. Let me know how you feel about this update. If you have not joined us yet, please do so. Please subscribe. It's always a great pleasure to have you. And also, don't forget to do this before you leave. Leave your comments so we can read from you and learn from you. I appreciate you. I like reading you. Such an amazing experience. God bless.